Add a button. Now here, how do you work with one specific column? Now we knew in the previous example that we were working with row 3. But in this case, we're asking the user to input a number in the range 1 to 4 and then output the average for that test. Okay, so let's go again. This is my array. So the user is going to enter a number in the range 1 to 4. So let's assume the user enters the number 3. If they enter the number 3, then we need to find the average of test 3 because that is test 3. If the user enters 1, then we want to find 1. We want to find the average of 1. So whatever the user enters will determine the row that we are working with. So very similar concept. Remember, we are going, by going down, we're going to row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. So we are actually working with a for loop R from 1 to 5. And they want us to find average, but we know to find average, we need the sum. So I'm going to create sum to 0. Okay, and let's sum up my accumulator. Now again comes the part. Oh, I just realized I forgot something, and I think you'll probably remember it as well. We need to ask the user to input. We ask the user to input which row we want to work with. So let's do that here. And let's say we want to know which column to work with. So let's say col equals, and we need an input box. So I'm going to go string to int, input box, and you all know what needs to be put into that. So here, that's an integer. That an integer, the user is going to input a value in the range 1 to 4. Okay, that's going to happen there, right? And here now, I want my row to vary. So if I'm in row, the column I'm working with is, let's say, 3. So what do we have here? We've got 1, 3. We've got 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, and 5, 3. So you'll see that the column is fixed. So fix the column. This is the column. Fix it. That's the value that we just input. Fix it. It's a variable, but that is an input value. We're not changing col. And vary the other one. R is your counter. So that's going to vary. This is going to vary. And this is going to be fixed. Okay, and then that's pretty much done. And then average will be sum divided by 5, and then display. So that's how you would go about asking the user to input a value, and you're working with a specific column, whichever column that would be. So in the previous example, we fixed the row. That's what we fixed. Right? And in this example, we now fixed the column.